Kungaloosh Adventures, welcome to a TMR Tours DIY and how-to. Today we are going to learn how to make cheeseburger bao buns inspired by Pandora's Satuli Canteen. Now we do use a special flour that we order off Amazon. There's a link below if you want to try it out, but any all-purpose flour in your pantry will do just fine. You will also need some ground beef and some dry active yeast. First, you're going to add some sugar to warm water. It's important that it's warm so that when you add your yeast, it doesn't kill it. Let that sit for about 15 minutes. Once it's nice and bubbly, you'll know that it's activated. Next, you're going to prepare your flour. Dump that out into your bowl, and you're going to add a little bit of salt for flavor. Next, add your water yeast mixture slowly, a little bit at a time. Towards the end, you are going to want to use your hands to form the dough. If it looks a little bit crumbly, don't worry. When you knead it with your hands, it'll form into a nice sticky ball, but it won't be terribly elastic. Once your dough is formed, put it back in the bowl and cover it with plastic wrap. You're going to want to let it sit and rise for about an hour at 80 degrees. Now we're going to prepare the beef. You're going to season the beef with whatever seasoning you have, but we prefer Land Pavilion seasoning. We also use ketchup and mustard for flavoring to give it that true cheeseburger taste. Feel free to also add in any fresh chopped onions you may have. Now we're going to assemble our bao buns. It is an interesting point to note that all of the ingredients go in raw and they will cook once they're in the steamer. Grab your dough, as it now should be doubled in size. You're going to knead out any of the excess air in preparation for portioning into bao buns. When you make your bao bun balls, they should be about 2 inches in size or a large golf ball, pressed flat into an adult palm. We do normally get around 16 to 24 bao buns per batch, depending on the size of the bao. Now that you have them all portioned out, we're going to roll them out into small discs. Roll them from the center out, leaving a small mound in the middle. This is so that if you have any juices from your meat, they won't soak through the bottom of the bao when steaming. Here's a close-up of what that should look like with the mound in the middle. Now we're going to assemble the bao. Put about 2 tablespoons of meat in the center and your cheese on top. Gather the sides and then twist together to make your little bao package. Let's take another look at that. Gather the 4 sides, making 4 outer petals. Once you have those, push those to the center, twist, and then push down to make sure that it's secure. It may not be the most traditional way of folding baos, but we found it's one of the easiest. Now this may look easy, but it takes some practice, so don't get discouraged. By the end of your first batch, you'll find that you get better with each bao. Once you have your baos all made, you're going to want to lay them out on individual pieces of perforated parchment paper. Put your bao buns in your steamer, 4 or 5 per level, leaving them room to grow as they steam. You're going to want to steam them on medium to high heat for about 20 minutes. Make sure that water is boiling before you put them on. Once they have steamed thoroughly, remove your steamer and let them rest for 15 minutes. Do not remove the lid, as it could result in bao deflation. After 15 minutes, they are ready to go. Lift that lid and see your beautiful bao creations. Now just be careful, right out of the steamer, they're very hot. Now these were inspired by the Pandora Satuli Canteen cheeseburger bao buns, and they may not be exactly the same, but they are a great at-home recipe. Let us know in the comments below if you try this out and if you like them. Have you tried them at Satuli Canteen? How close are they? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Thanks for joining us on this TMR tour. Feel free to leave comments below with the things that you want to learn more about.
For more Disney facts and our blog, check out TMR Tours over on Facebook. See you on another adventure from around the world.
Kungaloosh.